Welcome back to the Cheap Heat Productions podcast. Okay, today on the show, I've got two great guests, not one, but two today. I've got double trouble. I've got Randy Hogan and Macho Man. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
Wonderful, brother. Absolutely wonderful. I couldn't be happier than be with Motch. I tell you, the Motch is the man. I'm going to tell you how I got hooked on him in the first place in a little bit. But I am so proud to be associated with him. The Mega Power 2.0 are alive and well, brother. Oh, yeah.
And I am doing well as well, yeah.
Guys, I found it very interesting when I seen, I had Motch on the show a couple of months back, and this was before any of this came together. How did this start?
You want to tell the story there? Because
I'll get started, and you can pick it up, brother, after I get going.
Yeah, well, you're the one that kind of got the whole thing started, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, back 2 years ago, I was at the convention, the big event in New York, and the vendor that brought me in said, I guess he was familiar with Motch and said, this would be good if bring you two together. I said, well, okay. Never heard another thing about it. Okay.
Oh.
Now, I looked up Motch, and this has been over a year ago on Facebook. Followed him. He puts all these little things on. I was doing it almost daily for a while there a lot, and just was really intrigued. I mean, Motch is Motch, okay? He is the man. And so I always thought back to what this other vendor said about getting it together on that. I did a show a couple months ago where they had Brett Azar, who plays the Iron Sheik in the Young Rock TV shows.
Yeah.
So that was kind of bringing up Hogan and the Sheik, like 37 years later. So at the same time, I'm talking to this vendor. I said, this has worked pretty well. This Macho Man thing, this Mega 2.0. And he was familiar with Motch also. So he said, well, let me see what I can do. So I kept on him in that. And I said, yeah, we can do it. And I think I got a hold of Macho. And I said, you might get a call from this guy. Would you like to do it? He says, yeah, I'm all in. So that's how it started. He called me. He called Motch. He put the deal together. And now we've got two events coming up. October 1st and 2nd, we're going to be up in New Jersey. Well, we got about 4 stops that weekend, I understand.
Yeah, the 1st or the 3rd.
Yes.
I wrote down everything, man. I got a cheat sheet here just to let the people know.
Okay.
I just jotted it down real quick, so bear with me here.
Go for it, man. I did my part. Now it's up to you.
Right.
He's tagged in now.
Tagging me in October 1st or the 3rd. We're doing a New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania deal. So the first day is, let's see, we're doing on Friday the 1st, right? We're doing Monty and the Pharaoh, and I've done their show over through the video scope, but not in person. And then Saturday, well, on that same day, we got a Wrestling Universe in Long Island, and we're doing a deal there. And then on Saturday, we got the Legends of the Ring convention and a SWF show. And then Sunday, we're headed to do an autograph signing in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So that's like a huge, one stop after another type of deal, man. And I love it. Yeah.
That's a bumper weekend.
Yeah, man.
One thing about ESS, Eric Sims, one thing I got to say, he keeps you moving. He owns you from 10 in the morning until 10 or 11 at night, and you may have be doing some kind of a virtual sale in your hotel room after that. You never know with him, but he's a busy man, and he's the one that brought us together.
Yeah, I never met him. I never met Eric. I might have met him at some point somewhere, but this is the first time that I'm actually working for him. And it was you and him that kind of put the idea together, and now here we are doing the thing.
What do you guys think about meeting people at conventions? It must be very exciting to see people from kind of different parts of the world coming up to you, getting photos and autographs and things like that. How does it make you feel?
Oh,
Go ahead,
man,
Motch.
I love it, man. I love it because like people will treat me like I'm the real deal, man. You know, they'll talk to me and they'll I don't know what happens with them, but all of a sudden they start to think it too, and they're like, "Hey, man, that match that you had at WrestleMania 3," and I'm like, "Wait, brother, that wasn't really me here," you know. But you know, they're like, I like it when I really freak them out, man, and they're in awe. And the best is when they're kids who are like way too young to know who Macho Man is, that they know all about him, man. You know what I mean? Because of the network or whatever, man, and they're huge fans, even though they're like 6. So it's awesome, man. I love it. I love freaking people out. They're like, "Oh my god, man, it's freaky." I've had people like that knew him, that worked with him, go, "I can't even talk to you, man." It's like weird. I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Randy?
Same way. I absolutely, I am in awe of it. You know, I wrestled for too many years. Okay. So I was out of it for like 20 years. And then all of a sudden I got a call. Do you want to do a convention? I never been to a convention. I didn't know they had such things, you know? So, which is when I went to the first one up in New York. First of all, I had no idea that there was that big of a fan base. I mean, that many people really into wrestling. And they come up to me, "Are you Hulk's brother? Are you his nephew? Are you his cousin?" You know, in showbiz, I mean, what do you want me to be? You know? But no, I'm not related to him. He just happens to look like me. Now, he just turned 68 today, and I just turned 70 a couple months ago. So I'm older, so he looks like me. I don't look like him. I've always had the mustache. I always had the same gimmick in that. But yeah, people come up, and all of a sudden it makes me feel relevant again. You know, I was never a big superstar or anything else. I wrestled the big stars, but I was never one of them. But for people to actually remember and go on YouTube and research things and that, it's just amazing. Just I could do it every day of my life.
The convention world is huge at the moment, and now unfortunately with the COVID situation the last 18, 19 months, it obviously it kind of set everyone back. So did you guys have lots of stuff coming up, say 18 months ago, that had to be left on the shelf?
Yeah, I had a couple things that were supposed to go down, and one by one, man. Like I had something in the Texas Fest, and then that you know, that went bye-bye. What else did I have? There was something going on at the Comedy Store in LA. They were doing their what do they call that? The man, I can't remember, but they did a podcast type of show there, and they had a ring set up, and they had the whole, you know, some type of a deal that they did every once in a while. And I was booked on that, and then not booked on that. So it sucked, man. But then, you know, you start doing a lot of the internet stuff, man, doing cameo videos and everything else, and like just doing whatever you can do, but it ain't the same, man. You know what I mean?
You're right. Absolutely. Same story here.
Yeah. Well, what's the genuine consensus over there now in America? Because in Ireland, there's nothing going on over here in terms of events. Like we can't even have musicians playing in the bars at the moment. Like, so in America, like things seem to be progressing. Like I've seen over the last few weeks, there's been big shows and concerts and things like that. Are you confident that shows are just going to continue now in America? Is there any worry in your mind?
I think it's going to tighten up a little bit. Motch and I are in different parts of the country because I'm in Florida, and Florida is wide open. You don't have to wear masks. There's entertainment. That's where they have, of course, the WWE has their performance center down here. NXT is down here. Full crowds and everything, not a problem. And it seems like a lot of the conventions are coming back. This is the time, usually from, maybe the end of July through the end of November is pretty much convention season. They're going on all over the place. Most of them in the Northeast here and that. But there's some other ones coming up. We're going to go out to your hometown, Mott. We're going out to Vegas in November.
Right.
Something out there, yeah. But in Florida now, the COVID has really, really peaked again.
Mm-hmm.
We were running about a 3 to 4%, I think, positivity rate at the time. Now it's almost 20%. So, but my wife and I, we mask up all the time, just as if it was a year ago we were going through this. So, but for now, everything's going on. But I don't know. What do you think, Motch?
Well, like you said, we're on different parts of the world. Sometimes I'm a little out of the world, out of this world and in another world. You know what I'm saying? Right straight into the twilight zone.
Last year, brother.
But here in Las Vegas, man, it was like things were going good. The momentum was picking up, man. Things were happening. Things were popping. Things were starting to cultivate. And then all of a sudden, something happened. And they're like, put your masks back on. You know what I mean? So it was getting good, and we thought we were in the right direction. And now all of a sudden, man, it's like, almost back to the way it was, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. SummerSlam weekend is like about a week away or so, right?
Mm-hmm. Saturday the 21st.
Be out all weekend, man, but I don't know how it's going down. You know what I'm saying? I heard that WWE is going to be enforcing the masks, and well, not WWE, but the state. So that Allegiant Stadium is huge. How they're going to space it out and how they're going to have everybody wearing masks. I don't know if the guys in the ring are going to be wearing masks. Who knows? But that weekend's going to be absolutely crazy here. And, just to plug some of my stuff on my little notes here, it's going to be like the entire weekend, man. I don't even know how this happened. But because what I was going to do is I was going to go to SummerSlam because it's right here. You know what I mean? I was just going to hang out in the parking lot, hand out my business cards. You know what I mean? Just promote myself. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, Thursday the 19th, well, there's a SummerSlam meet and greet at the MGM Boulevard Ballroom. I'm not invited, but Motch is crashing the party, man. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be millions of wrestling fans there to get autographs, and it's at the MGM Boulevard Ballroom. Now, I won't be allowed in that room, but people waiting online to get in that room, they're all getting a business card. Yeah, they're all potential customers. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, businessman right there. And then on Friday the 20th, there's a place downtown called the Nerd Bar, and they're having a huge World Wrestling, what did they call it? World Wrestling Fan Fest or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing that from 11 to 4 on Friday. And then on Saturday, I'm going to do the Nerd Bar from 11 to 2 and then head down to the arena down there because I'm going to be helping somebody out that I'm going to be working for later on down the road. I'm going to be flyering his next event. So I'm going to attach my business card to his flyer. Now I'm getting paid to be doing what I was planning on doing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the 22nd is where am I? Sunday the 22nd. There's that's the Pro Wrestling PWE, and that's the dude that I'm helping out, flyering the whole parking lot and this and that, whatever. And so he's got an autograph signing and a show going on downtown at 714 South First Street. So I'm going to be there all day on Sunday doing the thing. So I'm busy, like, man, Thursday through Sunday, man, no sleep, all straightforward like a rocket. Yeah.
That's great. And nothing you'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
I wish I had all that kind of stuff going for me. I had 2 cancellations this week, one up in New York and one was supposed to be this Saturday night. But again, we got tropical storms down here coming up the coast. So, and one of them is right in the Tampa area, and that's right where the tropical storm, or hopefully not hurricane, but you never know around here.
That's
So,
right.
so we decided to cancel that show. So there's 2 cancellations in a row. So
Man, that sucks.
and I picked up a Comic-Con today in the little town not far from me here in Orlando. So,
Cool.
So little by little, but Maurice, that's about what we got going on, brother. But the
Right.
Mega Powers 2.0, I'm telling you, all of a sudden, and just like Mike said, we promote ourselves. Ain't nobody giving us this stuff. Ain't nobody ringing my phone around the hook, but we're out there pushing. He's took out cards. I'm handing out cards. I always got pictures in my card just in case somebody says, hey, you look like this guy or whatever else, self-promotion. And these young guys, they got to know, they got to do that. Don't depend on other people. Do it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week,
That's right.
working. Always
But I'm
working.
really hot. I'm really hot on this these events I got with Motch, and I'm pushing to get even more of them, because
Yeah.
I can just envision there's just something there. Everybody knows Macho Man. Everybody knows the Hogan, so to put 2 guys together, it's money. It's just money. It's got to be.
I've got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Has there been talks of putting a potential manager with you? If you know what I mean.
Oh man, I never even thought about that. But there is
Not
a
yet.
particular person that is going to be at some of these events.
Okay, so you're going to have to be there to find out.
Yeah, why? Did you hear
Yeah.
something that we didn't? You're bringing up something that we don't even know, man. What's
I mean,
going
there
on?
is Elizabeth Sherry's out there,
Mm.
Man. Yeah, all our former managers are like dead.
Yeah.
It's not, but you never know. You never know. So am I. Right?
I'm closer than you are, brother.
Randy, how did your persona and character develop to what it is today?
A long story short, it was given to me.
Okay.
I've always wrestled as Randy Hogan. Always. Nothing to do with Hulk Hogan. I'm
Yeah.
older than him, before him. I used to wrestle as Randy Franklin because my dad's name was Frank, so I went Randy Franklin. So I wrestled this little bar for a handshake and a hot dog once. And the guy says, you kind of look like this guy, that Hulk Hogan, so we're going to call you Hal Hogan. So I thought about it. I said, well, I don't care what you want to do about the Hogan thing, but don't call me Hal. Let me just go by Randy, which is my real name. So that's how that just stuck. And it got me through in the indie circuit and that. I made enough connections and got up with NWA, which bought out by Turner, turned into WCW.
Yeah.
And then they went on the wars, with WWF at the time. So and at this time now, Hogan was their big hero. And WCW wanted to show superiority. So they put me in there with the Road Warriors and with Vader and Abdul the Butcher and them guys just killing me just to say, yeah, this is what we do to Hogan's. So trying to make them look stronger. And it was one of those pin me, pay me at the time. But again, turquoise trunks, turquoise boots, black velvet robe, sequin, turquoise lining. That's what I always had. So I told you when I got the call to do this convention, the vendor said, do you do any of the Hulk Hogan stuff? Because there's always been comparisons because of the mustache, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I certainly can. So he goes, why don't you do that? So I went out and I got a friend who's a printer, and he got my T-shirts, Randomania T-shirts, which I sell, by the way. And so I started with that. I got myself some bandanas. I bought myself a dozen pairs of different color sunglasses and everything, and did it. And it caught on. So now Randy Hogan, kind of a Hulk Hogan impersonator guy, which I never claimed to be, but that's kind of what it has developed into the last couple of years. So,
yeah,
no, I'm not related. I never said I was. I'm prettier than him. I'm a little bit older than him. He makes more money, but I can walk better than him still. So
Wow.
Do you guys have a relationship, or do you know what he thinks about you portraying this character?
he's okay with it.
Okay.
I had a long discussion with Jimmy Hart, who's his best friend and, of course, business partner and things outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
And Jimmy says, "Hey, you go." He said, "We love the look, we love the image." When Hogan went NWO, went heel, okay, I did the same thing. When he came back to the red and yellow, I did the same thing. But he said, I've never gotten in any controversial things, any trouble or anything like that, and I've never done anything to I guess tarnish his name." So Jimmy said, "You just go ahead and do what you do," and he said, "We love it."
That's cool. Yeah.
That's enough for me. And he only lives an hour from me. I keep wanting to see him at the beach shops. He's never there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
So that's the whole thing how it developed.
Someday you'll cross paths.
Yeah. He'll be there.
Motch, I'm going to need you because you're in better shape than I am.
Man, I can't wait to go down there, man. Eventually, I'm going to be going down to Tampa just to, just to visit, go to the Hogan's Beach Shop and go to where Randy Savage passed away and visit a lot of places. I got family in Florida, so I'm planning on going down there. I don't know when, but at some point I'll let you know, man. Because
let me know. I'm not an hour away.
Right. Yeah, man, for sure. Just got to, find out when the right time is to go down there. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be kind of a vacation. I didn't ask you to talk. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I believe this happened last time as well.
Yeah, you know them. They're always trying to get in the spotlight, man.
I know. We were talking about
it. Be on top of me. Don't make another sound. Get on my bad side.
Listen, gentlemen, it was a pleasure to catch up with you today, and I'm going to put all the dates of your upcoming shows in the video, and we'll drop this right before your big SummerSlam weekend match, and hopefully we get a bit
if anybody's at SummerSlam, look for me, man. I ain't going to be hard to miss, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be everywhere in the parking lot. I bought a $30 ticket just so I can walk around, Yeah, I'm all the way up. I think I'm actually on the roof outside in the sun. But, I'll be there, man. Look for me.
You could probably walk right in the locker room, brother, and nobody would say a word.
Imagine that. Oh, man, I might have some interesting footage after SummerSlam. I might run to the ring, man. Imagine.
And I'll be watching
running to the ring. I'd get my ass kicked, but it'll be worth it.
That's absolutely.
Wow.
Maurice, we can't thank you enough, brother.
Thank you.
We'll be catching up for a solo show soon, like I've done with Motch, and we'll go into more detail about your career.
Anytime. Motch, I will see you in a couple of weeks, brother. I'm so excited. We're going to square it up, baby. We're going to blow it off the stratosphere. Macho Madness, Randomania going to be running wild, brother.
Yeah. Dig it.